Hi, welcome to Yoga TV. My name is Amanda Day. Yoga is a great exercise to do when you are pregnant. It not only strengthens and opens the body, relieving any aches and pains that you might have, but it also helps to prepare you for labor. This class is going to cater towards ladies in the second trimester, but can be done really at any point during your pregnancy. I am now 25 weeks pregnant, way into my second trimester. This is often called the honeymoon period of your pregnancy because you start to feel like you have a little bit more energy. However, I do find that I get out of breath easily. This is because your body's producing 40 to 50% more fluids, more blood, to nourish the placenta. So this makes your heart work a little harder, and that's why you get out of breath. But also as your baby grows and your uterus expands, you have less room for the lungs to expand. So this also makes it a little harder to breathe. So try to find as deep breaths as you can throughout the practice. Have water nearby so you can take little sips from it. And if you need to rest, you feel dizzy, just sit yourself down and pause the video. So let's begin. So we're going to start at the back of the mat and have your legs crossed. Have the right leg in front of the left for now. You're going to sit tall through the spine. We're going to start with Ujjayi breath. So take your left hand and bring the thumb and index finger to touch, and then release your hand onto your thigh. You're going to take your right hand and bring the two peace fingers to the third eye point, the thumb on the right nostril, the ring finger on the left nostril. Now don't pinch the nostrils just yet. Inhale deeply through both the nostrils. As you exhale, you're going to close the right nostril and exhale through the left. Inhale deeply through the left nostril, fill to the top. Close off both, and then release the thumb and exhale through the right. Inhale through the right nostril, fill the breath to the top of the body. Close both the nostrils and pause. Exhale, breathe out of the left. Inhale through the left nostril, fill to the top. Close off both the nostrils. And then exhale through the right. Inhale, right nostril, fill. Soften the shoulders, pause. Exhale, left nostril. One more round. Inhale, left nostril, fill to the top, expand the lungs as best you can. Close off both and pause. And exhale, right. Inhale through the right nostril, fill, fill, fill. Close and pause. And exhale through the left. Release your right hand down into Jana Mudra, thumb and index finger touch. And just take a moment to notice how that pranayama affected you. This is called Nadi Shodhana, and it helps to calm the nervous system and bring balance between the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere of the brain. Brings all the opposites to center. And you want to try and breathe evenly through both the nostrils. Get nice and tall through the spine. This is a great time to practice good posture, is through your pregnancy. Because then you encourage the baby to move into the optimal position just by gently tilting the pelvis forward rather than slouching around in back. The baby will naturally move towards gravity, so the head will move down and the spine will move towards the belly, which is the heaviest part. So the baby is facing back towards your spine. When you slouch, the opposite happens. You end up having back labor where the baby's spine is towards your spine. Let's open with one arm, take a deep breath in. Allow the eyes to gently float open, letting the light in. Blink a few times. And then you're going to extend your left leg forward and bring your right foot to the left inner thigh. Now hop your right sit bone back so you're facing more towards the front corner of your mat, and draw the right heel into its own inner thigh. Just lean forward so you can slide the flesh of the bottom back. Now if your hamstrings are tight, you want to bend this left knee to encourage that tilting forward of the pelvis. Now inhale, reach your arms up, lengthen, get tall through both sides of the body, and then exhale, take your right fingertips behind you and your left hand to the outside of that right knee. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, just a gentle twist, no forcing or pushing in any way. Now you're going to come all the way to the left and take your left hand to the outside of your left hip and your right hand to the outside of the leg. Inhale, grow tall, keep the knee bent if the hamstring is tight, tilt the pelvis forward and slide the right hand down towards that left outer foot. You don't have to grab the foot. It's a little bit of a twist, so the right side of the body comes down, left side of the body lifts up. This is called Genosha Asana, head to big toe, but it should really be heart to big toe. Again, to encourage that nice length through the lower back. Now stay low and take your left hand, or your left elbow may be able to come towards the floor, and start to extend the right arm up towards the sky. Palm faces towards the left, and take the arm over your ear into a nice side stretch. Root down through the right sit bone and keep leaning the head and heart back. Lift yourself up, take the right hand next to the right hip, lift the left arm up, point through your left toe. Either stay here, or some of you might be able to lift your hips up. Gently press your hips forward and lean the head and heart back. Bring your bottom down. Cross your legs now with your left leg in front of your right. Inhale, grow tall through the spine. And let's go for a hip opener here. Just a gentle hip opener as you fold forward. Keep your bottom grounded so you're always rooting down into the earth. Release your shoulders, the back of the neck. You may feel this more in the outer left hip. Unless your hips are very open, then it will be a little bit more of a stretch for your lower back. Lift yourself all the way up. Let's do that on the other side. So now extending your right leg forward. Bring your left foot to your inner thigh. Hop your left sit bone back so you're in an open hip position. Left heel into its own inner thigh. Flex through the extended leg, or if the hamstring is tight, the knee bends. Inhale, reach your arms up, lengthen. Take a twist, left hand behind you, right hand to the outside of your left knee. Inhale, nice long tall spine. Exhale, twist to look over your left shoulder, no straining. Now twist the opposite direction, right hand to the outside of the right hip, left hand to the outside of the right thigh. Inhale, grow tall. If your hamstrings are tight, the leg can be straight. Slide in the hand down the outer leg towards the foot. Use your right hand to the side of you to help turn your body towards your right inner thigh. Genosha Asana. Strong legs, lift the kneecap. Stay low. Take your right hand to the inner knee, or maybe the elbow will come down. Spin to look up at the sky and extend the left arm up. Left palm faces towards the right wall. And then take it into a side stretch so your palm ends up facing down. Shoulder away from the ear. Lean the head and heart back. Remember to keep the extended leg, the foot flex, so there's energy through your right leg. Left sit bone grounds. One more breath. Lift all the way up, left hand to the outside of your left hip. Point through your right toe as you lift your right arm up. Either stay here or maybe you can elevate your hips off the floor. Lean the head and heart back into a slight back bend. And then exhale, sitting yourself back down. Right leg crosses in front of the left. So your right leg is in front. Lift up tall. And then exhale, hinge forward. You can always widen your legs if you need more space for your belly. Widening the knees apart. Coming onto all fours, swinging your legs around to the back. Pad up your knees with a blanket or a cushion if you need a little bit more, if it's a little bit hard under your knees. Spread your fingers wide. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Inhale into cow spine, arching. Exhale round and look towards the navel into cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. So again, this is a great exercise to do. Keep going as I talk. To place your baby into optimal position. So again, the baby's spine will face down, moving with gravity because it's the heaviest part of the baby's body. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhaling. Now come into a neutral spine, so there's a little lift through your belly. Reach your right leg back. Keep the weight even between the hands and then bend through the right knee. Try to move the right knee a little bit more to the midline, so your inner thigh rolls up. And then just pump that leg up to the sky for 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25. Keep going. Keep breathing. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So it's a hamstring strengthener. 2 and 1. Keep lifted for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you're going to step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Have the knee over the ankle when the hips press forward. So you don't want the knee poking forward. So you might have to slide your back knee back. Settle in there for a moment, grounding down through that whole front foot. Again, padding, you can put padding under the back knee if necessary. Lift your right arm up into a twist and lean back so you've got space for your belly. Then you're going to take your right arm and thread it under your left armpit and try to reach the elbow towards the floor, and you'll feel a little bit of a stretch in that front right hip. Some of you can even touch the elbow on the floor, but never straining into these poses, especially now you have relaxin in the body, which loosens all the joints, so we never want to stretch the joints or the ligaments. So you might find yourself a little bit more flexible than you were before. So just be careful with that. Lift the right arm back up and then bring the hand down and step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Feet parallel. Press down through all four corners of the feet and just fold there for a moment. Kneecaps lifting. Weight slightly forward into the balls of the feet, but then reach the heels back and down. Come into a squat position, turn your toes slightly out so that your knees and your toes go in the same direction, and lift the arches of your feet. Now you can always place a block under your bottom if this is a lot for you, and just stay here. Just allowing the hips to open. This is a great posture to do through your pregnancy over and over and over, to get more space for the hips, to strengthen the legs, to open the pelvic floor muscles. Just preparing us for labor. Now either staying here or using the strength of your legs, you're going to press all the way up. Try not to lean forward too much. And then take it into a side bend up and over to the right. I like to interlace my fingers at the top. Come back to center, inhale, lengthen, and then come back down to squat. Like I say, you can always either only come down halfway or just stay in this position sitting on a block. Inhale, stand up, interlace the fingers at the top. Exhale, side bend to the left. Back to center, breathe in. Exhale, either halfway staying here or coming all the way to full squat. 4 more times. Inhale, side bend to the right. Back to center. And exhaling, coming back down. Inhale, side bend to the left, weight to the right foot, come back up, and back down. 2 more. Inhale, to the right, back to center, and all the way down. It feels like you're sliding your back up a wall. Again, so you're not leaning forward. Inhale, interlace the fingers up and over to the left. Now everybody come all the way up. Parallel your feet. And then as you draw your hands down in front of your heart, you're going to heel toe your feet a little closer. Take a big giant step back to the back of your mat and face the side wall. Again, paralleling your feet to the front and back of the mat now, or even turn your toes in slightly. Inhale, reach your arms up, lower ribs in. Exhale, take your hands onto blocks, or you can take your hands down to the floor. So if you have blocks handy, your hamstrings are tight, these are great little tools to use to create a little bit more lift. So again, you have that tilting forward of the pelvis rather than the rounding of the lower back. If your hamstrings are open, of course, you can fold all the way forward. Move the weight forward into the toes, everyone, and reach the outer heels down. If you'd like to interlace your fingers behind the back, reach the fist up and over your head. Shoulders away from your ears. Soften the knees and inhale. Stand all the way back up, reach your arms up. And step back forward to the front of your mat. Inhale your arms up, little space between your feet. Exhale, swan dive and fold over your legs. Flat back, breathe in. And then coming down onto all fours again as you breathe out. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Spread your fingers and then reach your left leg back. Bend the left knee. Inward rotate that left leg so the inner thigh rolls up, outer thigh down. And then start to pump the leg up. 30, 29, 26, 25, 24. Keep going. Weight even between the hands. 6, 5, 4, 3. Press into your fingertips. 1. Lift the leg up high and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. As the hips press forward, the knee comes over the ankle, so you might have to slide your back knee back a little bit. Ground through your right hand and lift your left arm up. Lean the head and heart back so you've got space again for your growing belly. And then you're going to thread your left arm under your right armpit, elbow towards the floor. Some of you might even be able to get that elbow down. Just a gentle twist towards the right. Ground down through the left big toe, hugging the left knee in. Left arm reaches back up to the sky as you breathe in. And then hand to the floor. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Reverse swan dive up to standing. Breathe in. Hands to prayer. Bring your feet a little closer. Sorry, got a flower in my mouth. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Lengthen. And exhale, swan dive and fold over your legs. Come down onto all fours, walking your feet back. Have your hands slightly forward of your shoulders now. And then press your hips forward so your shoulders are right over your wrists. Pull the heart through, belly into support. Keep your knees down. Feel like you're trying to drag your knees forward. And that will put a little bit of engagement around the belly for support. And then walk your hands back. Again, you can always have padding under your knees if your knees are sensitive on the floor. Reach your arms forward. Now as you exhale, you're going to lean back in a diagonal line. This is a strengthener for the quads. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. Then we're going to exhale back and we're going to stay there. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then sit down on your heels, just stretching out your quads after that. You can also sit down between your feet on a block or on the floor. You might want to just move your calves out to the side to create space behind the back of the knee. Ankles hugging. And then lift up. Tuck your toes, take your hands to your lower back, wrap your elbows in, lift through the heart. Hips back, tail is lengthening. Now either stay here, or if you feel okay, you might reach back for your heels into camel. Lift through the heart. Keep looking forward, or maybe lengthen the neck back and drop the head. If that's too much, keep looking forward. Then belly in and lift up. You're going to swing your legs back around to the front. Nice job. Bring the soles of the feet together, legs in a diamond shape. And now this time you can round the spine. Just allow yourself to flop forward so your forehead is hovering over the arches of your feet. Some of you might even be able to place the forehead on top of the arches of the feet. This is a nice stretch for the lower back, especially after all that back bending. And again, a nice opening for the hips. Getting lots of space in that pelvis so the baby can come out a little easier. And this is called Shavasana pose. Lifting yourself up. And then take a sip of water. Again, always keeping yourself hydrated. You're going to bring yourself into your Shavasana on your side. So you want to be on your left side, so I'll just move this back. And you can put a cushion under your right knee or a block. Take the other one. You can put a pillow under your head. It's actually a little bit more comfortable to have a pillow than these hard blocks. Now allow the body to settle and relax. Soften your feet. Soften your legs. See if you can completely release the pelvic floor muscles. Relax in the arms, the jaw, spread in the forehead. You can imagine as you inhale, you're breathing a bright light in through the nose and down towards your baby. And as you exhale, you melt your body into the earth, feeling supported, grounded. Inhale a bright light through the nose, down into the chamber of the baby, illuminating the womb. And then exhaling, melting yourself into the earth. It's always good at this point now to practice lying on your left side. Again, this will encourage optimal position for birthing for your baby, so that you get into the habit of sleeping this way at night time. staying here for as long as you would like. Always start to bring yourself back into your body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And then trying to not disturb the peace that you've created in your body and your mind. Come all the way up into a comfortable seated position. Sit tall, sit well. Take your hands onto your belly. Just take a moment to connect to your baby. Maybe you can picture their face in your mind's eye. Closing with one arm, take a deep breath in. Thank you for joining me at Yoga TV. My name is Amanda D. Have a wonderful day.